Okay, guys, it is time for another ranking. I got what I said in the last video is I had a Nightwish one in the works. I got it finished today. That is Tuesday. I got the dopes was Monday. This is Tuesdays. I got it done early. Just I'm gonna get into the ranking with number 9. This is Nightwish, by the way. Number 9, Angels Fall First. Their first album, very first album from 1997, with stuff like The Elven Path, Beauty and the Beast, and just to say, none of these albums are really bad. The Angels Fall First is at 8 out of 10, then 9 out of 10, and then bumps up to 10 out of 10 at number 6. So there's 9. This band is awesome. Like, they've never had a bad release at all. All their albums are absolutely almost perfect. Tutankhamun's also really good. The Astral Romance. There's a lot of good songs in the first album. It's worth checking out. The sound's a little bit different than their later albums. Not as polished. Number 8, one that I actually have a copy of, is Once, their more popular album. They sold a lot of copies of this album. It took them a lot of money to produce this album. Definitely shows with the production. It is 9 out of 10. Or no, actually no. I take that back. I think 9 is 9 Angels Fall First is definitely an 8 out of 10, and then 7 or 8 and above is like 10 out of 10, perfect. So this one is actually perfect. It's just other ones above it are way better as 10s than this one. Favorite one off here is Dark Chest of Wonders and The Siren. Definitely great songs. It adds a great aspect to this band's discography. It was a real change for them, and it was well blessed as they became pretty successful off it. Number 7, or my 7th favorite of their albums, is and yes, I'm scrolling through the Spotify because I can't remember shit. Endless Form's Most Beautiful. Their 2015. Same thing with Once. Great polished record, great songs. The Greatest Show on Earth gave me a really big Cradle of Filth vibe with the keyboards on that song. And just how the vocals were done. Not as guttural as... Not even guttural at all. They have no guttural vocals on the Greatest Show on Earth. It just has that Cradle of Filth vibe that I kind of like about it. So that's my favorite one on the album. It's about 24 minutes long. It's definitely a good listen. It has a good atmosphere to it. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that album. That was like the well done. That was like the best song on the album. Number 6 is another one I have a album of. It is their first one with their second singer, Dark Passion Play. Amaranth, best song on here, definitely. Master Passion Greed is a little iffy. I still like it though. I don't consider it a great song. Whoever Brings the Night, damn, that's a good song. It is a really damn good song. This is definitely a album worth checking out, as all these are. Definitely, this is definitely a band you should try to get into. You literally do not know what you're missing with this band. Number 5, or my 5th favorite, is usually people's least favorite. Wishmaster. She Is My Sin, the Kinslayer, Wanderlust, Wishmaster, Dead Boy's Poem. All these songs are just absolutely amazing. it is definitely a change from the album before it in 1998. This is the year 2000. They came out with a very new sound, but then they continued it on with their other one, but they just made it a little bit better. Um, the guitars are really like complex and have a lot of contrast between riffs. You could kind of hear when different riffs start and the guitars are a little bit more heady than their other album in 1998. Um, Number 4 is their 1998 album. I was just talking about that album. I like it because it's more. I would think it was having an opera vibe for some reason. Sacrament of Wilderness. I heard it on Spotify. To remember this, like I remember hearing all these songs, like the Stargazer starts it out, and that's an amazing song. It just gives a really big opera vibe to this album, and I just like that about the album. I've never heard opera and metal being mixed this good before on an album. It's more of like a journey through the whole album, and it just keeps getting better and better and better and better, and it's just one of my favorites. Number 3. Let's go to number 3, which is their newest 2020 album, and it is a 99 out of 100 on the list of 100 out of 100s, or 0 to 100. It is definitely a 99. It has a it's like a second disc on here that's like opera kind of. Definitely a good listen. Definitely if you listen to the second disc too. Music starts out really good. The song music. Shoemaker's really good. Noise is really good. Pan's really good. Tribal is probably my favorite one on here. And then the second disc, the kind of like the opera part of the album, the nature part, because it's called Human Nature. It's human/nature, which first part I'm thinking is human, the human part of it, and then all the works of nature which adorn, I think is probably the nature half of the album. Really cool concept. I really do like that, and definitely it might make the end of the year list. It definitely might. There's not many 99s and 100s. 100s is like definitely should be in the history books for best albums ever. This one is, well, it's one of the best Nightwish albums. And I can't believe I've gotten to witness it while being into this band. Next one is Imaginarum. This one is a soundtrack to a movie that I really do want to see now since hearing this this amazing album. Definitely it is amazing. It is an amazing production album. Starts out with the first song is just awesome. The first song on my when I say the first song should be really good, or like one of the best songs on the album, it's the first song, how you started out kind of weighs on what the rest of the album will be like, and it should be like the first song should be exactly like what the other songs should be, where it shouldn't be just a really slow song for about 7 minutes and then just go into fast-paced stuff all the way through. It doesn't give you a good vibe towards it to start. You want a good starting song on this album, and this one definitely they did it. I don't even know the song. I don't even know what songs or which songs on here, because I just listened to it, like I got so enveloped in it that I just kind of didn't look at which song names. I just was so amazed by how good it was. And number 1 is the one I was talking about before with Wishmaster. The next one was absolutely amazing. Century Child. This album is one of the best albums of all time. One of my favorite albums ever. And I got into it. This is the album that got me into Nightwish. The first, I picked it once first. I didn't, per se, like it too much when I first started it, but I listened to it. But then I listened to it again after listening to this one, and it kind of grew on me. Slaying the Dreamer is definitely one of the best ones on here. Bless the Child, End of All Hope, Dead to the World, Ocean Soul, Phantom of the Opera, and Beauty of the Beast. Definitely a great album. I would give this 100 in a heartbeat for a year, the whole year. I'm not going to say it was album of the year in 2002, I think it was released. Yeah, 2002. But it could be. It could have been. Oh, so that's how I rank Nightwish. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys check out Nightwish. They're definitely one of the best bands. I would definitely recommend it for newer listeners or listeners that don't like complete death metal or thrash metal. It's symphonic power metal, the first half of it. Oceanborn, I would say, would be opera metal. And then they started the power metal, then they went to Oceanborn, which was definitely, I got the vibe of opera in that album, like mostly all the way through it, and it was just really a good journey through it. And then Wishmasters, when they started the symphonic power metal elements towards the two, and then they got rid of power metal and went towards more of a commercial sound in once. So definitely check out this band. It's definitely a band worth checking out. Hope you guys liked the video. Next video, I will definitely not do a ranking for the next video. People are getting tired of it, so that's where we end it.